failing to evangelize to adolescents realistically.
Wow. That's awesome.
We spend so much time trying to shield our children from what's reality. At my church, Christian Tabernacle, I love our youth. We have some awesome young people. We have some powerful young people. But sometimes I sit back and I pray. When I pray for them, I say, Lord, please let them know that what they see inside the walls of our church is not what the world is. It's sheltered here, in a sense. You know, you come here, you're going to get loved on, you're going to get taught, you're going to get embraced. And that's at most churches. But then when you step out the doors of your church,
do you know how to
handle
the world?
Right, because the world is not loving like that.
No.
The devil desires to take out our children because they're the church of right now. This is their season. And so he's working on them like, okay, I can't bother them while they at Bible study for 2 hours. As soon as they get out of there, I'm going to
you know where I'm going.
Real talk.
Real talk. They have one of those
real
phones
talk.
and you see
Because while they in Bible study, they're not taking notes on their BlackBerry. I need you to understand. I need you to understand. Some of the adults aren't taking notes on their BlackBerry either, but that's another subject.
And go through them.
Go through them. Go through them. I always encourage parents, get on MySpace.
Oh, Lord.
Get on Facebook.
Facebook. My sister my nephew has a Facebook page. Me and my sister got pages. So everything he doing,
that's right.
We see it. We see every video you post, and there's no too right.
I've gone to certain kids' pages that I know are saved, and just like I was saved at 12. Yeah, okay. Like you said, the fire insurance.
Right.
The fire insurance.
I call it the introduction.
Yeah, the introduction. When I was 12, and but I go on there now, and I mean, we all did things when we were younger, but some of the stuff these young people are doing now, it rocks me to my core. I'm like, you said that on a open website for the free world, and you're bold about it?
Right.
Wow, but if we can take that boldness and shift its focus to him, what a powerful young person that would be. So like you were talking about how you're talking about the sports, use that as your research for your playbook.
All right, and we're going to go to the phone line. Sharon, you've been holding, and we thank you for that. Do you have a question or comment for our guest?
Well, I do. First of all, my comment is, Trevon, you are just fantastic. You're beautiful, extremely talented, awesome, and you bring such a wealth of knowledge to this program and the guests that you have on the various topics that you address. So I just want to say kudos to you for doing an exceptional job.
Thank you very much.
Your guests today that you have on are just, both of them, wonderful. I almost want to ask this question because the vein or the path that you guys are going down right now is just right on time to address and to speak to our young people. So I really appreciate your candor, your honesty, your openness, and just sharing of yourself and hitting those topics right on for what young people really need. And I'll tell you what, a lot of old people need it too. There's an expression that young people like cheese, young rats like cheese, old rats. That's good. That's really, really good. My question actually is how did both of your guests get published? Since both of them are authors, how do they go about? What steps do they take to get published? And also, I know that you're posting some information in terms of where they're going to be and books that they have coming out in the future, but just a little bit more information about them and what they're planning to do down the road or in the future.
Okay, Sharon, those are wonderful questions, and I'm going to let our guest answer that. And thank you for calling, okay?
Thank you.
God bless you. Well, I initially self-published December 2004. And it had a great response from there, and so 2 years after I self-published, then a publisher, I gained a national publishing deal through Kamani Press, which is an imprint of Harlequin.
Okay.
So self-publishing just means you are responsible for doing everything necessary for turning your type pages into a book. You hire the editor, you hire the book cover designer, the interior layout. You're responsible for that, and you finance it. The publisher is just the financer.
Okay.
And I just want to make that clear because I'm running into so many aspiring authors, and they're coming to me and they're saying, well, I have to pay X amount of dollars for them to publish my book. I said, no. If you're paying something, you're publishing them, or you're helping them with the cost. But when a publisher comes to you, you shouldn't have to pay. They'll pay you a royalty. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Okay.
I took a slightly different path. I didn't self-publish, but what I did was I found a publishing company, and there are tons of them out there that took the burden of the cost off of me. However, it's still my responsibility to advertise the book, to promote the book, to sell the book. All they did was take care of the financial obligation. So I went that route, and so far it's been working well. But what the process teaches you, whether you self-publish or whether you go a different route, is good to get that grassroots method down, because it teaches you how to really dedicate yourself to the task. You know, it's one thing to write. I know a lot of people that can write, but are you really dedicated to it? Is this your gift? Because if it's your gift, you're going to do whatever you have to do to make sure that it gets out there. And that's what I think the self-publishing process and my process, I think that's what it allows you to do, to see what you have to do to push yourself out there.
And I want to mention, whether you self-publish or whether you go with a publisher, you're responsible for the marketing and the promoting. Whether you have a big house name behind you or not, you're still ultimately responsible. So yes, in his case, he had a publisher. The publisher is the one that packages the book.
Correct.
And so I self-published initially, then someone republished it or published it, and they paid for the book to be, they basically put the book out there. But it's up to the author, and that's what people don't get. They think once you get with a major house, oh, they're going to put you on Oprah and you're just on your way. No, you still have to do the work.
And find a Pam Perry.
Yes.
Let me tell you, that woman is phenomenal. Pam Perry, if you're watching, if you're listening, God bless, God bless you. That is an awesome woman of God, and she has so many tools and resources
and she's
that will help you.
With us too again next week, because she's also written her own book. And so she's going to be talking about that. But we only have a few minutes left, and I wish you guys could stay a little bit longer. But I know you both, whether you all know it or not, they are working authors. They work their day job while they have these books.
For now.
We want to show the information again where Kim is going to be at tonight. So those of you who want to be there, once again, it's a pre-Valentine's Day event. It's going to be at Triumph Church tonight at 7:30 p.m. and following after that is Afterglow. The topics will be sex, relationships, and waiting for the Lord. It's going to be panel discussion. And then on February 21st, for Theo's event, it will be the debut of his book, the book signing, and it's going to be at Christian Tabernacle Church right here in Southfield on Franklin Road, February 21st at 6 p.m. And if you have any questions about it, you can call the church. But once again, we thank the Lord for y'all being here. We're going to go out with listening to a little Mahogany Jones, Lose Control. So thank y'all for watching. God bless.
Nah, you know what? I don't need Hollywood. I don't need big shade. I don't need a big name. I'm growing up felt out of place. E.T. phone home like out of space. Never really seen the feeling with the kids on the block. And the kids at school, they always patrol. More jokes than the ones tonight. They work like sticks of rocks. Blows in my scene and the dreams I had. Didn't have friends, but my pen and my pad was close.